Happy Saturday, everybody. My name is Air Samurai. Welcome to the Air Samurai brand. Alright, so before I get started on the video today, I want to give a big shout out to Krusty Bunkers Comics in Burbank, California. They were really cool people when I went in. They were really knowledgeable. One of the co-owners of the place, Joel, he was really nice, and so was his assistant that was working behind the front desk. So if you get a chance, go in and support Krusty Bunkers Comics if you're ever out in Burbank, California. Also, Krusty Bunkers Comics is going to be helping me set up my space for my anime serial series podcast. So big shout out to those guys. You're no longer going to be seeing a white wall behind me. I'm actually going to have either different drawings that I've done personally or different artwork from different things that have inspired me in my lifetime that helped me on this journey to create my own animation studio and to play video games. Also, while we at it, when I was in Krusty Bunkers Comics, I ran into someone who was the producer on this comic. This is called The Misanthropic Misadventures of Bonnie Levi. Go check out her work, and also once you check out the Kickstarter, all her social media should be up there as well. So check out this book, man. You won't regret it. Today we're going to be talking about the archetype system versus the playstyle system. For a very, very long time, it seems like to me that the archetype system has been something that has basically been ridiculed by the NBA 2K community. The archetype system has a host of problems, but I'll explain the rest of those as I go on throughout the video. As I go on social media, a lot of what I'm seeing is people think that the archetype system allows people that are trash at the game to pick dominant builds and actually be good at the game. And the other half of the argument is that the playstyle system from NBA 2K16 was actually better because they feel like everyone had superstars that they were able to compete with, and the only thing that separated one player from the other was the stick skills from NBA 2K16. You know, the 2K community, I think that sometimes the community can get selective amnesia. If you look back at NBA 2K16, although it wasn't a bad game, it also was not a perfect game. But for a lot of people that have been playing 2K for years, they hold NBA 2K16 as the holy grail of all 2Ks, and that there was no 2K that was better than that NBA 2K. I kind of see where people are coming from when they say it, but I just think that there's a different way to look at this problem altogether. NBA 2K15, to me, I actually count that as the second best 2K. That 2K was a 2K with playstyles, but there were multiple playstyles, and you had a chance to put your attribute bars where you wanted to put your attribute bars when you wanted to put them there. So it really allowed each player, no matter what the playstyle was, to evolve in different ways, and there was more variety in the game. If anybody remembers, the transition from NBA 2K15 to 2K16 was absolutely terrible. The reason being is because of the demigod glitch in NBA 2K15. I know we all remember the demigod glitch. Remember, everybody's arms were extra long, you couldn't do anything with them, and then they had like certain crazy stats, and they were able to equip dunks and stuff that they shouldn't be able to do, and be able to shoot threes and be like an insane height. Like, it was total madness. Some of the patches in NBA 2K15 also messed up the game, but the NBA 2K demigod, the original demigod glitch in 15, not the one in 11, the one in 15 really set the standard for a horrible transition into 2K16. If you guys remember, NBA 2K16 was the first NBA 2K where you did not have a true 99. I went from NBA 2K15 having a 6'6" shooting guard at 200 pounds with a 91 mid-range to NBA 2K16 with the same 6'6" shooting guard that was balanced, that ended up only having like a 78 mid-range maxed out. The rebounding system in NBA 2K16 was absolute garbage. The ball would just magnetically fly to people's hands, even like it didn't matter, like based off of their height and stuff. It was a terrible experience trying to get rebounds in that game, especially as a guard. Even if you already had position, the contact dunks in NBA 2K16 were absolutely broken. The only way to get contact dunks, or the variety of contact dunks that they had added into NBA 2K16 for the longest time, at least for me, was to take all of your dunk packages off, and then you would get the rare contact dunks, or the one-hand contact dunks. Outside of that, if you had any dunk packages equipped, when you went up for a contact dunk in the paint, everything was two-hand. So it made everything much more blockable. Now, there was some good sides to it as well. I personally have never been a fan of the whole speed boosting thing. I'm gonna do an entire video on how NBA 2K went from a NBA simulation to just an NBA video game. But I'll get to that later. I think what a lot of people who are arguing for the archetype versus the playstyle system are missing is that, okay, I understand that people can get stretch bigs and get out on the court and not actually be good at the game of basketball or be good at NBA 2K and actually win the game and affect the game in a very, very strong way. I understand that. But also, if you look at it, the playstyle system wasn't any walk in the park either. First of all, when it came to playstyles, if you only have 3 playstyles in the game, y'all talking about NBA 2K is dry now. Let them get rid of all the archetypes in the game and go back to 3 playstyles. Balanced outside and inside. Y'all are going to be bored out of your minds trying to play this game. You got to realize something, and this is just my opinion. When it came to the playstyle system, I get it. You talking about balance all around and all that kind of stuff. But to me, the balance does not come in the fact that everyone essentially has the same player. To me, balance comes through each player being defined by the skill set that they initially have. And then that skill set be improved upon to be able to actually have a better experience or a more all-around, well-rounded player. So the methodology of what they're trying to do at 2K with the archetype system actually makes sense. But the way that it's been implemented in many ways has not been good at all. To me, my personal opinion is that the archetype system needs to be balanced. And the only way to make the archetype system balanced is to make things make basketball sense. If it don't make basketball sense, it shouldn't be in the game. And it's got to make, not only does it have to make basketball sense, it has to make competitive video game sense. So you can't have one without the other. You've got to have both of them. At its core, the argument for having 3 playstyles versus the gigantic archetype system does make a lot of sense. You give each person the same player, you let them go head to head, so now they're on even playing ground. And now that they're on even playing ground, we got to see who's the best. And it's not based off of you having an advantage of having this or me having an advantage of having that. It's based off of who is able to be able to maneuver and do the right things and outthink the other person. So I do understand that part of it. But what I am saying is that the archetype system can be the exact same way. Just because you don't have the same players doesn't mean that you can't create balance within a game that has an archetype system. MMORPGs do it all the time without fail. NBA 2K is no longer just a basketball video game or a video game about basketball. It is literally a massive multiplayer online role-playing game. That's what the archetype system essentially introduced into the series. Like, NBA 2K has been making this game since 1999 or the year 2000. Why are stretch bigs able to pull off dribble moves the same as guards? Why? Explain it to me, please. They've got to create a system that allows bigs to be bigs and guards to be guards. The archetype system will work if there's a risk versus reward, which is what basketball is essentially supposed to be. Every player in the NBA, no matter how good that they've been throughout the course of NBA history, even Michael Jordan, all NBA players all had some sort of weakness or something that they weren't as strong at. Even if it wasn't a weakness, they weren't as strong at it. So if you're talking about like someone like a LeBron or Michael Jordan, they're both great dunkers, right? But not the greatest three-point shooters. And even though LeBron can get really hot and hit from really deep range from 3 and all that kind of stuff, he has to be hot before he can do that. He just can't come out the gate and just start jacking up threes like Curry and they just start falling. The same thing if you make like a play sharp. If you got a play sharp, which is essentially kind of like a Steph Curry, right? Why would it make sense for this person to ever be able to get contact dunks at any time or dunk the ball in the paint while there's other people down there and the ball not fly out of the rim? I made a slasher. My slasher misses more dunks than pure sharps or stretch bigs at the rim with people down there. My firm opinion on it is, man, the archetype system needs to stay. But what needs to happen if the archetype system stays is that there needs to be balance created within the game. Balance that makes sense. Bigs should be bigs. Guards should be guards, okay? We can't allow There can't be an NBA 2K game where bigs can just do whatever the hell that they want to do and do moves like guards. In NBA 2K, like, they're literally watching this gameplay footage and they're not patching this stuff. What are y'all doing? Like, y'all not patching this, but you patch the VC glitches. Come on, man. My biggest problem with the playstyle system, it makes everything one-dimensional. You got 3 different characters to pick from. Now you imagine however many people, because remember back in the day, 2K used to have like an online counter, and you would be able to tell how many people are actually online playing the game at a specific time. Imagine you got 60,000 people all online trying to play the game. Everybody's got the same 3 players. So that's really what y'all want to go back to. Y'all want to go back to something like that. It doesn't make sense. The better solution, in my opinion, is to stick with the archetype system and make the archetype system make sense. That's just what it's got to be. It's got to make sense. I am not saying that slashers and lockdowns shouldn't be able to shoot threes. What I am saying is that before you can activate that kind of ability to be able to hit consistency from those areas, regardless of your rating, you need to A, play within your archetype first, and then B, after you play within your archetype, then be able to still take good shots from those areas in order to be able to hit consistently and affect the game. That is what I am saying. There should be no lockdowns with 99 steal, 99 speed, 99 quick. Like, it's insane. It's insane. But yet and still, even when a stretch big has like a 78 3-pointer, they can shoot in people's faces. The balance is never going to come from a playstyle system. It's never going to come from that. The balance is going to come from the developers looking at the game honestly and earnestly and saying, hey, this should not be happening. Until they do that, we're always going to have the same conversation every single year about archetypes versus playstyles, and let's go back to 2K16 and blah, 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 blah. That don't even make any sense. Let's not go back to 2K16. Let's keep what we have and build upon it and actually make it better than what it is right now. And one last thing before I go, I do want to say, I do think it's a little bit weird when people say, well, the game is boring, the game is dry, and nobody wants to play 2K. If you love basketball, you're going to play NBA 2K, regardless of, like, because it's literally the best thing on the market. As much as I've talked in this video about fixing the archetype system, NBA 2K is the best basketball game on the market if you want a basketball experience that's closer to actual basketball. It's the best thing on the market. So when people say it's dried up, if you love basketball, you're gonna love to play 2K if you play video games. It's just what comes with the territory. There is no such thing as like, oh, well, I don't want to play 2K because it's boring today. Basketball is the same game every single time you go outside and play on a court or you play a pickup game. It's the same game every single time you turn an NBA game on. The only thing that's different is how the players react and what the situations are and the different things from, you know, within the game. But it's essentially the same game every single time. You get the ball, you put it in the hoop, you try to stop the other team from putting the ball in the hoop. It's simple. All right, like I said before, I know I've been saying this for like 2 videos now. I said the next video is gonna be a vlog. The next one actually will be a vlog. Vlogs take a little bit more time to put together because, you know, they vlogs. You know, I gotta try to, you know, weave together a story. Whereas this is just kind of like me just talking, giving my opinion based on a game that I love to play. But yes, you'll see the vlog very soon. Some weird stuff happening in it. I'm, you know, giving people, delivering live crickets to people via Postmates and stuff. But also, I just got a job too, so things are gonna switch up a little bit. You're gonna get a chance to see me in the gym. You know, get my little LL Cool J on with the muscles and everything. So I'll be in the gym doing my thing. You'll get a chance to see my basketball workouts and everything. So yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the video. And once again, happy Saturday.